I'm Ann LeClaire. We're here to look at more of San Mateo County's fresh local produce. It's as fresh as it gets. Today we're fortunate to be on this beautiful farm owned by the Giustis, and I'm with John Giusty, the owner of Giusty Farms. Thank you so much for having us out on this spectacular day. You tell us, I think your family's been in farming for a few generations, or?
Yeah, my grandfather started farming on the coast here in 1922, and my father started in 1949.
Oh my gosh.
So I've been around for a while.
So will you tell us what you grow here? You have an enormous amount of acreage, I can see.
Yeah, we raise Brussels sprouts, artichokes, peas, beans, fava beans, and a few other bunch vegetable crops.
Now, you have 3 farms on the coastline, is that right, altogether, or more
Yes,
than that, 4?
yeah, I have, right. We have a couple farms south of Half Moon Bay and one almost right in town.
So how many acres do you have altogether that you're growing on?
About 350.
Wow. Yeah. And so right now is artichoke season, right?
Yes.
And what kind of a crop do you produce of artichokes this time of year?
We raise a perennial, the old artichoke, the old stock artichoke plants that come from root stock that came from generations ago, and unlike what you'll see sometimes in the store, they have a new type of artichokes that's an annual crop, and I believe ours are superior quality.
So how can you differentiate between the two? I've heard you say that before, and I'm sure locals want to buy yours or local artichokes. How can you tell the difference?
Well, one thing is they have thorns. The old stock have thorns, and the leaves are thicker than the annual artichoke leaves, and that's why they're better, I think, because there's more edible portion on the artichoke.
Well, that's good to know. And then for Brussels sprouts, another favorite. How much of that do you produce every year, would you say? Well,
Brussels sprouts have been probably our backbone of our farm here.
Wow.
Where we do about 170 acres this year.
Wow. And then, John, do you sell your produce at any farmers markets, or how would people go about finding your produce?
Yeah, we sell at the local coastside farmers market, and then my sister goes over to the Palo Alto farmers market and does that one. And we also sell to several of the local grocery stores here in town, Cunha's, New Leaf, and some of the fruit stands carry our artichokes as well.
Nice. So it's a family business. You've stayed in the business. What is it about it that has kept you in the business as a third generation?
Well, yeah, I really have grown to love being outdoors and being out on especially on a day like today, a beautiful day. That's it, and it's very rewarding producing a crop, starting off with young plants like this and seeing them to fruition when we finally harvest them. It's very rewarding.
So what's an average day like for you? I mean, what time do you start? It's a tough job, I know.
Yeah, you know, I'm not too early. I usually get here about 6:45, and all the workers start about 7 o'clock in the morning, and most of the time I get home about 6 o'clock at night.
Is that 5 days a week, 7 days a week?
Oh, six days a week. I try to take my Sundays, I try to take those off.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So what's your biggest challenge, would you say, as a farmer in today's modern world? Anything?
Boy, you know, labor issues, water. There seems like every year has its own unique challenges. There's several of them out there. I would say those two being the biggest.
Right. So best months to buy artichokes? I know you mentioned it's a spring crop. When are they at their best, and when is it the best deal to buy them?
Yeah, usually the artichokes are traditionally a spring crop. We get our biggest production in the spring, so they'll start coming on in March, April, and May are the big months for artichokes. But we do, with the perennial crops, we do have artichokes year-round. We harvest artichokes every week of the year.
And I know we've had chefs out and taking tours of your farms, and are restaurants able to buy from you directly? Is that, or not so much, or do you go through a distributor normally? Or
yeah, I do sell to a select few restaurants around the coast side here too, and it's one of the issues is getting the product to the restaurant, and that can be a challenge sometimes. So I've kind of limited it to just the restaurants here locally.
Sure, and the others can get it at the farmer's market, I'm
yes,
sure.
Yeah.
So in terms of preparation, Brussels sprouts, what's your favorite way to have them?
Brussels sprouts, I like them, oh gosh, I like them almost any way. Probably roasted with a roast and some garnish with Brussels sprouts. I love that.
And what about the artichokes?
The artichokes, I love the baby artichokes, sautéed in olive oil and garlic, and that's probably my favorite.
Great.
The little ones.
Well, John, thank you so much for joining us here today and inviting us out on your beautiful acreage, and it's been a pleasure.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.